Talking this morning with Wynona Wilkins, famed UND French professor and organizer of the first FLAND organization in North Dakota. Hi, Tony. Good to see you. Can you tell us how FLAND got started, how and when the idea came up?
Well, the whole idea of changing foreign languages started with Sputnik, which was in 1957, and it pretty much shocked the world, and especially shocked the United States government, realizing how uneducated American kids were in languages. And so the whole idea of teaching languages changed immediately, almost, because, for instance, when I took French in high school, and my first years in college, it was all reading. We just simply read literature, and that was it. But by the end of the Sputnik, well, it was kind of a mania at the time, the whole idea changed to oral languages. And so each state was given what was called an institute. And high school teachers were awarded a summer scholarship to an institute. And the one in North Dakota was at the University of North Dakota. And we lived in a dorm, and we ate our meals together. We had guest speakers. We had movies, French movies, German movies, whichever. And well, it was a wonderful thing, because we learned history. We had history class. French, we just had two languages, French and German. And it was a marvelous summer. And then they kept on doing that, only this time they awarded scholarships abroad. And I got one of them to France. And mine was at the University of Besançon, which was in the Jura Mountains next to Switzerland. We always met after teachers' conventions. And for some reason, there were 3 issues of FLAND news every year, and I don't know why they would have had one at Christmas, but they did. We had one at October, or whenever, the teachers' convention, and then one in the spring. But I'm not sure when they had one in December.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony. We'll let a few other people talk to you and pick your brain.
So you told us a little bit in the previous interviews about your how you got into teaching at university, but Wynona, what on earth brought you to North Dakota?
My husband got a job in the history department.
Oh, and how did you feel about coming to North Dakota?
I never heard of North Dakota until I got here. I guess I knew it was existed, but I didn't know anything about it.
Do you remember when you came? How long ago was that?
67.
In 67. Oh my gosh. That's a long time already. And you never decided to go away from North Dakota. You decided to
Well,
stay.
I would have gone anywhere.
You were ready. That's great. So how many years did you teach at the university?
22.
22. Is there any particular memory that really stands out for you of your teaching years?
I don't know. I just enjoyed it.
Well, we enjoyed you immensely.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I know the one memory that I take away is conjugating all those verbs in how many tenses? I think there were like 28 or something.
well, not quite.
And we would have these tests. But I think you kind of enjoyed torturing us.
Torture, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You could tell that.
Hi, I'm Pat Taylor, and I'm here with Wynona Wilkins, asking a few questions about her background and interest in teaching foreign language and French. So, how did you become interested in teaching, Wynona?
I wasn't going to be a teacher.
You weren't?
No.
What were you going to be?
I got into it by accident.
Really? What was the accident?
Well, I had been to France And I discovered that I could understand people, although at that time, when you taught French, it was mostly just reading. And when I got back, I decided to take Dr. Glennon at the university. I decided to audit a course. And I hadn't been in there more than a month, let's say. And there was a vacancy in the public schools. And they asked me to teach, and I had never been in front of a class. And I'll never forget the first day I taught. I couldn't move my jaw. I had talked all day and I couldn't move. And I liked it. That was a surprise because I hadn't intended to. And then it's so heavy.
Yes, it is. Starting in
Well, that's the end of it. The first ones are back here somewhere.
76, maybe 75.
I think it was 15 years that you were editor.
Maybe the first page. That's page 5, there. 75. Yep. Wow. It's quite a collection that you kept. It's quite a history in there, too.
But you can find out a lot of things. Other people had newsletters. Every state had a couple maybe. But mine was different because I put all kinds of stuff in it. And I would go to the library and get the New York Times or the Boston Globe or something like that. And any reference I saw to language, I would cut out.
Well, wasn't it like held in such high regard by other state associations? 'Cause
Well-
I remember somebody mentioned that, or Herb.
Yeah,
bring
I
that.
did. I never won anything, but they said mine was the best, but I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Because it was newsy. It wasn't just gossip about, anyway.
It was a variety
It was the variety.
of interests and, yes, and pertaining to us as foreign language teachers.
And a couple of times when I went to the national conventions, I had a workshop. Well, do you remember Sam?
Yes, Sam
What
Locker.
was his last name?
Locker.
He was where we got our money.
In the beginning, yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
And he was very supportive of foreign languages.
For those of you listening to this tape or watching this tape, Sam Locker was with the North Dakota State Department of Education, and he took on foreign languages, even though that was not his official title, but he did look out for us for quite a while.
He was awfully helpful to us.
Yeah, in the beginning, till the state told him he couldn't be so helpful.
Shane.
Yes, it was.
The interview section. I appreciate your time and the history that you shared with us.
Well, I'm enjoying it. I didn't expect to, but.
Well, good. Thank you.
Hi, Wynona. I'm Barb Beach for all those people who don't know who I am. And I'm here today to ask you some questions about Herb Boswell and Graciela Wilborn. We have a travel conference stipend in memory of Herb, and we have Teacher of the Year in memory of Graciela. And most of our young people joining FLAND these days didn't know Herb, and they didn't know Graciela. Can you tell us about Herb and Graciela from your viewpoint?
Well, Herb was one of the finest people I've ever known. We called him Teddy Bear because he was a big, kind of burly guy. And for years I thought he was born in Germany, and I discovered he was born in Ohio. But his family came to this country before the Nazis to get out. They were intellectuals. And no, he was a wonderful man. I don't know how the students thought of him, but anybody that worked with him just couldn't help but love him because he was so good.
I was one of the students, and he was highly respected. I really appreciated his encouragement to join the foreign language associations.
I don't
And
think he
to
ever said
attend.
anything nasty to anybody, ever.
And he made us learn
And
Japanese.
and you ask about Graciela.
Great parties. She was always one to bring the
Oh,
whole
she was a
department together.
tremendous
Great
hostess.
cook. Yeah.
She had, everybody was her friend. It didn't matter who it was. She had this wonderful small talk. She could say anything to anybody that she'd never even seen before. And I think everybody loved her. Her kids did, her students did.
And so much energy.
And she was always doing funny things. She'd wear Mickey Mouse ears and funny things. She had a wonderful class. I took 2 years of Spanish from her.
Well, we're just about ready to end this wonderful project. It's been a delight to talk to you and share your information about FLAND and the people in it, and also about your hobbies and what you're interested in. If you have anything more you'd like to share, now would be the time.
I don't know what.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Well, thank you for asking me, although I'm really...
You're such a dear to talk to us, and we're
Well, it's so good to see you.